everyone. Welcome to Big COC Energy. I'm Zraitor, your host. Our offering for episode 23 is part 2 and the conclusion of our version of the Pharaoh's Sacrifice by Keith Edinburgh. The Pharaoh's Sacrifice, part 2, starring EeiddKlabe as Hudson Webb, Alistair as James Cowden, Eerie Lunarose as Theodora Wallace, Jimclin as Frederick Edwards, SINoALFON as Bruce Newsome, and finally, myself, Zraitor, as the keeper of the Arcane lore. March 1923. When Marjorie Duncan, a senior lecturer at Edinburgh University, goes missing for a short while, the concerned Professor Harold Webb contacts 5 people whom he has a connection with. A telegram is delivered to Hudson Webb, his older brother, James Cowden, a student he mentored, Theodora Wallace, an antiquarian with whom he struck up a friendship, Frederick Edwards, one of his trusted colleagues at the university, and finally, Bruce Newsome, a private detective he sends cases to that he likes quietly handled. The 5, after answering Webb's summons and questioning him, search Duncan's office. An angry letter from Reverend Dr. Ian Parker of New College is found proudly clipped to a frame on the wall. The man took issue with her published paper entitled The Osiris Myth. Was Jesus Egyptian? A photograph of her and others in Egyptian outfits at some sort of club party caught everyone's eye, especially of the man standing some distance away from the camera who appeared to be glowering at the rest. Further searching of the missing woman's office found a diary mentioning a monthly Egyptian society held on Saturday evenings and an appointment occurring every Saturday afternoon since mid-February, referenced only as JC. A ticket stub was being used as a bookmark in the diary. It was from a recent play at the King's Theatre. The back of the ticket has a handwritten message on it. To my priestess and playmate, enjoy the show, Olivia X. The investigators decided not to follow up on the Reverend and question him, and instead go directly to Duncan's home. After questioning several neighbors and finding no legal way to gain entrance, Bruce deftly picked the lock to the front door and they gained entrance. Inside her apartment, a thorough search was conducted. A strange board game was spotted, and those who knew their history understood it to be a modern reproduction of a forgotten Egyptian game named Priestesses and Pharaoh. Inside a blank journal, a list of numbers was found, and it was deduced that the numbers related to moves in the board game. After a slight scare involving a dark room and a fencing dummy, the party decides to move on to the King's Theatre and find out what they can do there. But before they are able, 2 constables, called in presumably by worried neighbors, stop them. Frederick has a chat with them on behalf of the group, and while the constables are pushy, they ultimately decide to let them all go. At the King's Theatre, they decide to buy tickets to the 7:30 p.m. show and talk to Olivia afterward, after confirming she is the star of the play. While purchasing tickets, Hudson demands the royal box and gets the best seats in the house for the party. The group gets quite chatty with the ticket manager and asks him about Duncan and Olivia, but he knows little and only agrees to give them directions to her dressing room. When the play is finished, they go to talk to Olivia by her dressing room, and she is cordial and asks them to wait while she changes out of her play costume. During this, a scream is heard, and when the group barges in, they find that she has disappeared with only the board game and a faint smell of incense in the air. Theo, in her fright, claimed to have seen the now missing actress's face in the mirror, contorted in fear. They move to search the room and find the board game yet again, another list of moves, and a card for the Jumpity Club, which has meetings that take place at Oddfellows Hall. The noise lures in the ticket manager, who has brought the constables, and the group looks to be the main suspect in her disappearance to them. Professor McSween introduces himself during this and tries to sort matters, only to be frustrated by Hudson's bluster. James manages to fast-talk the man to letting them all go, although McSween clearly wasn't happy or truly convinced about anything. After an encounter with the police twice in one day, and the hour drawing late, the party decides to rest for now and meet up tomorrow to go to Oddfellows Hall. Upon arrival, nothing sinister is gleamed, simply average people meeting to play that board game that keeps turning up in their investigation. Hudson enters inside, and a man greets him and offers to teach him the game. The old adventurer finds himself drawn into the game, but manages to pull himself away. Theo, as well, tries to figure out the game and finds herself drawn in. An addiction wells up inside her, but then subsides as she composes herself. Looking among the players, this same addiction is felt by all of them. An invisible tug pulls at everyone, urging them to play. The man who greeted them, Howard Foster, answers their questions as best he can. He knows the two missing women, and along with them, one Billy McAllister, who has also seemingly disappeared. On who runs the club, one Thomas Putman had everything set up. He also taught everyone how to play and teaches some of them masterful winning moves, the numbers on the found sheet of papers. Howard Foster tells them where Billy lives and asks if they go along with him to check on things. The group agrees and travels to St. Nidian's Refuge for wayward men. Frederick persuades the rough, unlikable manager to give them directions to where Billy lives, and off they go. When they arrive at his small, curtained-off living space, a terrible smell assaults their noses, and the lights in the already poorly lit space are flickering. Frederick parts the curtains to find Billy lying on his cot, dead, his face frozen in hideous fear. Howard, following closely behind, sees this and lets out a loud scream. This noise attracts the attention of a crazed resident who attacks the party. A scuffle breaks out, and Hudson softens up the man while Bruce slips on a pair of brass knuckles and knocks him straight out. They dump him back on his cot and search the place. During this whole thing, Frederick ran back to talk to the manager. The proper professor was taken aback by how little the manager seemed to care and was simply told he was going to call the police. Realizing that a third encounter with the already angry constables was impending, Frederick runs back to the party to inform them. As the party hastily searches the small living area, they find another list of moves with the initials TP on them and a board game box for Jumpity, which shows where it was made, Thomas Putman's Novelties and Curios. With little time left before the authorities arrive, Frederick Edwards remains to face Inspector McSween while the others flee the scene to pick up the investigation later. We were just going to start right from where we left off. We are in St. Nidian's Refuge. Professor Edwards has stayed behind to face Professor Inspector McSween, and you see him again. He approaches you with two flanked by two constables. He gives a sigh. He looks you in the eye, Professor, and says, "And you again?"
Yes, me again.
Well, there's two ways we can handle this. You can come back to the station as my guest or in handcuffs. Which is it?
I don't know what I'm being charged with here. As you can see, I'm merely reporting an instance. I suppose a man died. I'm not sure what I'm being charged with here.
You're not being charged with anything. Yeah, I just want to talk to you down in my office. We come along peacefully, or we have to make this official?
Right, but to make it official, you have to arrest me for something.
Do I have to do that?
Well, I'd like to hear what the charges, to be honest.
I'm not charging you with anything. I just want to talk to you down in my office at the station.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Then I'm afraid I will have to bring you down.
Well, I'm okay. What am I being charged with then?
We will figure that out later.
Oh, I'm not sure that's how the law works.
Well, he brings out the cuffs and cuffs you. Do you
Oh,
resist?
well, I'm not resisting this, but be assured, this will be in the newspaper at some point.
Well, that's okay, Mr. Edwards. And then we will pull out. Where did the rest of you flee to?
I hadn't thought that far ahead. I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
we just kept running for our
We'll just
lives.
go with that. You're running wildly. Where are you going?
Yeah, I guess I'm just running away, no direction.
If you want, we could all reconvene at Theo's shop.
That sounds good
It's
to me.
yeah. It's cramped, but that, she'd be like, "Oh, come with me. We'll go to my shop."
All right, we shall move over to Theo's shop, antique shop, I suppose. And
Hmm.
I guess you wouldn't know what happened to Professor Frederick Edwards.
Well, no, someone's turned up dead, not just missing. It's gotten serious.
Very true.
We need to find out what happened to, well, all of these people.
Yeah,
Yes.
but where do we start? Before the dead person, we were already kind of lost. So how can where do we start? That's the main problem.
Well, I think everything now points to the man who makes the games. Yes?
Yeah, that seems like something safe to say he's involved.
Yeah, I would
So
agree on that.
we have, an address of the place where the games come from, or we can look up his personal address.
I think we should check out where the place where the games come from. It seems, for some reason, I'm drawn to that option.
That
Do you think?
sounds
Yeah, I
good.
agree on
Should
that.
we wait for the professor?
And I said,
Eh,
I wonder what's happened to him now.
All right, we will move over to the police station in the Cowgate. Frederick Edwards has been moved to an interrogation room. He's handcuffed from the front, not from the back, and Inspector McSween sits across from him. And would you like to explain yourself now that you were forced to make it official instead of just talking to me in my office?
Right. Again, what I'm being charged with.
We'll go with obstruction of justice.
Obstruction of justice. Let me see. I didn't want to be arrested, and then you arrested me, and you're charging me with me, stopping you from arresting me. That's
Professor,
a
nobody
very
wants to be
circular
arrested.
logic. I'm not obstructing anything. I reported a dead body, and
Yes,
then
but
you
you were
found me.
found in 3 crime scenes today in one day.
I'm
Or
sorry, 3 crime scenes. What crime am I being charged with?
somebody broke into Marjorie Duncan's apartment. The neighbors confirmed. Somebody, you were there when Olivia Reed
I don't
disappeared from
know.
her dressing room, and now you
Well,
were
I
in
was
front of this
there,
dead
and then
body.
she
It's
wasn't there, so I'm not sure again what I'm being charged with there. What, trespassing? Oh, we were allowed back there.
like I said, I just wish to talk to you. You're the one who made me elevate to this.
Well, yes, I didn't want to go to the station, but now here I am, and now you're talking to me.
So you are looking into the disappearance of Marjorie Duncan.
I'm not saying anything about that. I'm asking what crime am I being charged with here?
Trespassing, obstruction of justice, and we're trying to figure out what
Again,
your
trespassing.
involvement
I
is.
was allowed back there. I went to a public building, and then I found a dead body and reported it. And then I got arrested for doing that, for doing my civic duty. What
Your
crime is there?
civic duty. As I said, somebody broke into Marjorie Duncan's apartment. The lock was picked.
Well, I don't know about that.
You don't seem to know a lot about anything that you're looking for. No, as I said, would you like to start over? You're looking for Marjorie Duncan, I assume.
What is business of it is to you?
Very well, Professor. We shall leave you in here for a while, and then we'll go back to
Well,
the.
I would like very much to make a call, or at least send a transmission to my lawyer, and then they can reach out to you.
Of course.
Very well.
All right, we'll go back to the shop. Is that who you're giving your call to?
No, probably to an actual lawyer.
All right. So there's again that question. What are you guys doing next?
well, the game shop seems like the idea. Keeper, you agree that um, when the previous scene broke out, we definitely don't know where the professor is, right? No
Well,
hint.
you could intuit that the police took him.
Yeah, okay. Mm-mm.
You would know he's either talking to the police or he got arrested.
Yeah, Theo would not at all be surprised that, he
Yeah,
got
yeah, it was
punished for doing the right thing.
Yeah.
okay. So do we split up? Like, is part of the group trying to look for the professor, or do we all go to the game place and hope that whenever the professor is free, he guess where he can find us, or do we leave him a message at your shop? Like, we're kind of at the crossroad. I feel I might be wrong.
There is a question of how we'd be able to meet back up with him. I think what Theo will do is she will call, our original professor, the gentleman who got us into all of this. Um, yeah, that's
Harold
what
Webb.
she'll do. Yeah, Harold Webb, and see if she can get him at his office.
Okay, Harold Webb picks up and you hear like a quiet hello.
Oh, hello, Harold. It's Theo. Just wanted to let you know that we've lost track in our movements about town of Professor Edwards, and we just wanted to say that if you hear from him, will you let him know to meet back up with us tomorrow morning at my shop? Seems like the best place.
Do you know where you lost him at? That sounds troubling.
Well,
Don't want more people to go missing on my account.
no, he's not missing, I'm pretty sure. But he may have been um, unavoidably detained, possibly. Either that or he's just, going over some things with some people, if you follow my meaning.
He's been arrested.
I don't think so. There's nothing to arrest him for. But you know the police.
Well, they can't hold you. You don't really need a reason.
Yeah, they like to make mountains out of molehills. So, if I don't see him tomorrow morning, we'll check in with him. But go find him. Maybe
Well,
we'll
I can
lean
go.
on the law.
I can go down to the station and just tell him where you're going, or
I mean, if you think that's best, I just want to make sure he knows where to find us, because I don't think that he's ever been down to my shop. We're not friends, we're just friends through you now. So,
all right. And where's the next step in your investigation? I'll pass it along.
we're thinking to look into a game company that all the people were playing who are involved with dear Miss Duncan.
Game company? What is going on in this investigation?
We're not sure yet. I'll get back to you once I have something more. But they were all playing it, and it's an odd little game.
That's very strange. And what is the address to this place?
She will read whatever she wrote down from the
Okay.
box to him.
All right. I will see what I can do.
Anyway, don't be worried. We'll let you know if we have anything, but I just wanted to, give him a different way to get back in contact with us.
All right. You guys stay safe out there.
Will do.
And he hangs up. So, are you guys gonna go on your way to his what's it, curio shop? Putnam's Novelties and Curios, Victoria Street, Edinburgh.
It surely won't be open of a Sunday, but that may be good for us.
Okay. We'll go back to the Cowgate police station. Professor Frederick Edwards, I guess, has a lawyer there. We can skip all that. He's probably been released for now. Your little police officers are giving him a little hard time, but that's okay. Frederick, you see Harold Webb come into the lobby at the same time you were being released.
Didn't expect to see me down here, did you?
Well, no, this is not a place for a proper professor like yourself.
Yes, wrongful detainment. I shall write a strongly worded letter.
Yes, that will show them.
It will. Oh, to the right people.
Says with clearly dead eyes.
Yeah. Sorry to bring you down here. Did you have any business with me?
Oh, that's completely fine. I received a call from Theo, which told me of your predicament. I was going to
Oh,
maybe
no,
give a
no
word, but it seems like you
predicaments.
took care of that yourself.
Yes, lawyers, they're very useful.
Yes, they can be very frustrating as well, but I guess it was on your side this time.
So I was on the right side of the law, and that's why I'm released. So
Well,
the disgraceful presentation by the county police.
so how are you getting on otherwise, Professor? It seems like it's been an ordeal.
Oh, it was fine. Nothing wrong, really. I think some of the others saw some weird things, but I didn't really see anything myself. Uh, yes, could I help you with something else?
Yes, I was going to pass on the message from Theo. They went to Putnam's Novelties and Curios in Victoria Street, if you wish to meet up with them there.
Oh, of course. Thank you for coming down here. I think you didn't need to meet me down here yourself, but I appreciate the support.
Well, I was going to talk to the police, but as I said, you took care of that. But
Yeah.
right, stay out of danger, please.
I'm not sure what you mean. We're merely looking for your associate.
Okay, sure you know best. And he exits.
Thank you, Harold.
Okay, do you move on to the the curio shop, or
Yeah,
you do something else?
he'll take his personal effects and I guess take his leisurely time to go there.
And then we shall say that the other four are already there, and then finally Professor Frederick Edwards joins up with the group, and you're all been reunited in front of the curio shop, which is indeed closed on a Sunday.
The only thing curious is how we're going to gain access to the building.
I mean, I don't want to suggest anything untoward, but
Oh
Is the-
no,
Is
there's
there-
absolutely not going to be any sort of breaking and entering at all whatsoever. And she winks.
Yes, well, if we do it again this time, probably a bit more discretion. Apparently, we were seen at the other location.
Not surprising since we would talk to all the neighbors first. What does this building look like, Keeper?
Putnam Shop is on Victoria Street, which is itself is a stylish and elegant road that curves gracefully from George Six Bridge down to the Grass Market and the Cowgate, which you're not far off from the police station. That should all be in the back of your mind. The window has a display. It's dominated by Jumpany, and you see a board set up inside, and their posters are proclaiming it as a sensation where one game is never enough. The building itself is a decent medium-sized shop, and everything is closed down. It is locked.
Access to the sides, or would we have to go through an alley in the back to reach any back entrance?
There is a front door and a back door. No one would probably see you in the back, although
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
my vote's for the back door.
Yep.
regardless, you are breaking and entering once again. All right, if anyone tried the door, it is locked.
I can go and roll my lockpick or locksmith.
Go ahead.
I got a 41 from 55, so success.
All right, a little jiggling with the lock, and it pops open.
Step right in.
All right, you enter into a little storeroom with you enter into a little storeroom. There's a bunch of like the stock is in there. You see children's toys. You see various novelties and curios. On one of the shelves, there are 12 copies of the board game Jumpany, and I will take a spot hidden.
Here we go.
I got a hard success.
I got 77 out of, unfortunately, 52.
Yeah.
That's a fail.
Failed by 1.
All right, well, Bruce succeeded.
82 over 60, so failing.
All right, so Bruce has the only success. That's fine. You defined one of the boxes. It was unmarked, and it was in purple velvet. It's empty, but inside you can see that there have been large indentations, which would have gone to large daggers with curved blades. 4 of them. And is that in your thoughts? You look around and you see that some of the stock items do have a disturbing nature. There are jack-in-the-boxes that have porcelain-faced clowns with unsettling expressions. There are music boxes there that, if you turn them on, they play strange tunes that they just kind of out of reach of your memory of what the tunes are. You see an antique medical, you see a set of antique medical implements that closely resemble torture instruments.
Wow, what a real interesting selection of items they have here.
This is not a shop for children.
Oh, perfect. I'll take one of these copies of Jeopardy. I don't have one of my own yet.
Hudson's got one of the board games hooked under his arm.
Now this unmarked board game, so it's just a Jumpity board game, but it's not marked or anything, and it seems like there's, am I understanding that correctly?
It itself, it was among the board games, so it's an unmarked purple velvet box. And inside there had to been large daggers with curved blades, as you can tell by the linings and indentations.
I see, thank you.
And the blades are of course missing, not in the box.
This doesn't bode very well.
I guess I know Bruce would probably keep investigating, maybe trying to be a little discreet. I don't know, just out of caution.
All right. As I said, you walked into the back, and that was basically this little storeroom. You go out into something else in that storeroom of note, but you go outside to maybe a hallway. There's the front, and then there's a little office off to the side.
Let's check out the office.
Oh,
Alright.
yes.
Good
That's
idea.
good.
The door is thankfully unlocked as you enter in. At your first glance, everything appears to be ordered and tidy. You see a desk, a chair, and a filing cabinet. It's all neatly arranged and spotlessly clean. Blotting paper and writing instruments lie on the desk, besides a small figurine of something, and I'll take history or archaeology.
83 over 60 for history, so no.
Damn, I give you a good score in history. You failed everyone.
I know. It's bad.
I got a 12 out of 63 in archaeology.
Okay, good, because it's not a big deal, but it is, you do identify it successfully as a replica figurine of Osiris, the god Osiris. And to officially search, I will need another spot hidden for the office. Every time I read these things, spot hidden is just so reusable.
Yeah,
Finally.
it's always, yeah.
It's like
Looking
I
in
got
the desk,
got a
looking in
19.
drawers.
19. There we go.
I feel.
Fail for me too.
Also
Yeah.
fail.
That's okay. Hudson came out of it after filling a history. He rallies himself, and yeah, as I said, there was a blotting paper on there, so you you reveal the identification on the last thing written on top of that blotting paper. And if anyone has a pencil and paper, they can make a rubbing of what was used there, like you tried to do before with that notepad, but now you can actually do it.
Yeah. I still have that journal, so I'll just pull
Okay.
a page out.
Is revealed.
Hmm.
Oh no.
It's like he's trying to collect people for some sort of character that he's creating out of all their attributes.
Intelligence, Marjorie Duncan. Beauty, Olivia Reed. Courage, Billy McAllister. Kindness, Millie Baker scratched out. Tom McAndrew written. This doesn't bode well, does it? If Billy's name is on there, the other two are missing. Billy ended up dead.
Who's up? Who's was this Tom? McAndrew. Do we know this person?
I don't recall anyone.
But the only Tom we know is Thomas. I mean, like, it's not Tom, but Thomas Putnam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was he particularly kind? Are there any other? It's just people have already gone missing, so there's no plan for who we can seek out. Maybe confront this individual, but how is he getting these names?
We pull out the photo that we have of the group in the costumes keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another male in the picture aside from who we've just discovered as Thomas Putnam?
Yes. And that picture was taken at the Egyptian Society at the Royal Overseas League. You know that Olivia Reed is in it. You know that Marjorie Duncan is in it. I don't believe you know the rest by sight.
Could be members of this group, or it could be from the Jumpity League people.
I mean, everyone so far has been connected to the Jumpity group, right? So it would stand to reason.
Were we introduced to Tom McAndrew at the Jumpity Club? There was somebody that they were talking about. Does anyone recall that, or am I making that up?
The person that they were talking about was the guy who brought them the game, which would be Thomas. He's definitely in the photo. So we got him ID'd.
Mhm.
He's that creepy one in the back.
Oh,
Now
maybe
the-
I was who introduced me to the game.
Now, the other thing too is we know, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but Thomas is related not just to he started the Jumpity Club, but he's also related to, in my notes, I have the Royal Overseas League, which is a more exclusive group of people. And I don't know if anyone else in this name was associated with that.
I think our understanding is that is the group that actually dresses up in Egyptian costumes.
Mhm.
That's where the photo's from. So Marjorie Duncan and Olivia Reed would have been in that too.
Because obviously the group everyone in the group seems to be riding this Egyptian fever sort of craze or Egyptian wave going on. So it would make sense, but I don't know. Those are just my thoughts.
Well, we could try looking for this Tom McAndrew before he disappears, maybe. Or we can try looking for the man himself, Mr. Putnam.
That's true. And it seems like what their names are written next to, right? Like the attributes written next to the names on the paper we found seem to kind of correlate with their professions, right? So like intelligence, Marjorie was a professor, beauty, Olivia was an actress, courage, Billy was a veteran, right?
Mhm.
Kindness, what, nurse?
Oh,
Well, I
yes.
don't know. Philanthropist? Kindness is kind. Out of these, kindness seems the most ephemeral. How do you measure kindness?
Well, perhaps that's why someone was scratched out.
Who's Millie Baker?
Yeah, and why was she scratched out?
Maybe she showed she wasn't as kind as they anticipated.
Hmm.
Or maybe she died. Well, I don't. I mean, Billy died. His name isn't crossed off.
I'm thinking Billy died to, extract whatever they wanted from him.
Yeah, as part of the ritual.
Are we quite done in here? Is this everything that we can possibly get? Because I'm sure the police will probably come knocking soon.
That is a fair assumption. I I'm good if everyone else is. Unless people want to poke around a little bit more.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably get out of here.
Yeah, good point.
Mm.
In that case, we still have that Royal Overseas League, perhaps. And if that's a dead end, maybe you call an end to all this.
We didn't check out Reverend Dr. Ian Parker at all, right?
But it's starting to look like something not related purely to Miss Duncan, in which case, unless he has any association with the others, perhaps he's a person of interest, but if it's just with Miss Duncan, I suspect he might be unrelated.
Unless the only way he would be connected is if he was anti-Egyptology altogether, in which case then he might have a problem with the group, but we have no reason to believe that.
Well, we've already broken into one building today. What's another one? Should we head over to the Royal Overseas League, Princess Street?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds good to me too.
Is it
Let's do that.
detective? Is it
Let's
detective?
go.
Oh, is it possible to, I don't know, put the door back where we found it so that, the police don't arrest us again?
Yeah, I would like to leave as little incriminating evidence as possible. And honestly, even on our way out, I wouldn't mind just like being if there's a way to like stealthily just like make sure like the coast is clear before we like move forward.
All right, first we'll say as you go out into the hallway to leave, you do notice there is another room there to look through if you wish, but you can leave it if you want.
Another room. We should check it out.
Entirely up to you. Just to make sure that you knew your options.
This could be the room, you guys.
Good.
I try to
Wow.
open the door.
So you said you opened the room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's open the room.
Hudson
Mhm.
reaches the door knob instinctively, gives it a turn.
All right, as you open the door, you see that it is a bedroom. There is a made-up double bed, a dressing table, and a nightstand. You see on that nightstand the framed photograph of a very sad-eyed woman. It is flanked by a pair of crimson candles, which have all been but burned down to stubs. The solidified wax hangs over the edges of the dressing table like drips of blood frozen in time. And there is a dressing table there. You can look through if you wish, or it seems to be the only thing in there to really do.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can leave it in fearful of the police. Up to you.
Nothing sacred to Hudson Webb. He opens the doors.
The adventurer goes forth. Yes, inside there's a diary and a silver locket. If you open it, you will see another picture of that woman in that photograph there. And on the other half, it's a half of a picture. One is that woman. The other half is the man in the Pharaoh outfit, Thomas Putman. And in this picture, of course, he's smiling, and it looks to be from happier times.
I'm gonna glance over the pages, see if any names jump out that might sound familiar.
It is a personal diary of Thomas Putman. It will take you some time to read through it. If you wish to abscond with it, you may. It's somewhere safer.
I'm sure I will. I don't see Millie Baker though at all, right? All right, I'll pocket that. I'll hobble back over there and slide the drawer closed again. Oops, almost forgot.
You'll see Hudson come out with the pretty thick diary in his hand, or diary or journal in his hand.
Oh, excellent. I'm a little worried if he lives here and he's not here right now. Where is he? Possibly making trouble.
Sure, he might not live here though. Perhaps this is a room that he. Well, no, probably not. He probably does live out of here. I was thinking perhaps uh, a former lover of his or something, and he kept it as a sort of shrine. But that doesn't make much logical sense.
Not in this economy. Well, shall we go try and find him?
All right, you make your way to leave, and what officially were you trying to do? You said trying to stealth out and lock the door. Like,
Just make sure the coast was clear and, clean up so that it didn't seem too conspicuous that someone broke in.
why don't we'll do 3 rolls, and if you get 2 of them, you'll win.
Okay.
Well, the first is just dumb blind luck. Roll your luck.
Oh no.
I'll let you roll it instead of Hudson. That would be nice.
58 out of 60, so I just passed.
All right, then. I guess so. I know it's fucking spot hidden again, but do spot hidden as you look around to see if anyone was watching you or any of the angles.
41, so success.
All right, then finally, I guess you would just use locksmith again to relock the door, like professionally. Make sure you didn't do any damage and all that stuff.
Okay, so 92, so that was not a success.
Okay, well, as I said, you get 2 out of 3, so that's fine. You're reasonably sure, even though you don't think you did a great job relocking the door, that you made it in there without being spotted.
I'll apologize to everyone. What is broke cannot be fixed.
That's all right. Hopefully it'll be a moot point after today.
Okay, so you have a diary to read through when you wish, and you were talking about the Aurora's Overseas League. Where are you going first?
Probably would be good to step out of the way somewhere where we can take a look over that before we jump into confronting the man, right?
Yeah, so there might be some useful information. It appears to be a personal diary.
All right, we'll just say you go down and you find somewhere quiet, maybe in a back street somewhere. Prop yourself up and you open the diary. It is 3 separate handouts. This may take a little bit to read through. In my notes, it says it takes a total of 3 hours to read this whole thing, so which seems a little intense, but we'll just make it 1 hour. Okay, this is page 1 of Thomas Button's diary.
All right, so it's dated 1922 at the top. It says Friday, 6th of June. I cannot bear to see my beloved so upset. If only God in heaven could make me more of a man. Sunday, 30th of July. I had hoped attendance at the society might lift my mood. Instead, I stood feeling nothing but shame and ridicule. Only Nettleworth was good enough to speak to me. Tuesday, 8th of August. A very interesting parcel indeed. No indication of sender, perhaps the major. I have borrowed several books from the library and hope to be able to translate the writings onto the scrolls soon. Next page, Friday, 8th of September. It cannot possibly be true, even though it seems like an answer to my prayers. I shall follow the instructions and conduct an experiment. If nothing else, it shall be a distraction. My stitching may not be up to snuff, but we shall see. Monday, 2nd of October. 2 days later, and I still cannot quite believe it. They hung on my every word, as though I was the Pharaoh himself. The incident with Reed, however, was, I must admit, a little embarrassing. Perhaps I should pen her a letter explaining.
This shall be 2 of 3.
I'll read that one. So, 1823, Thursday, 11th of January. I must bring her back. The answer lies in the scrolls. I am convinced of it. Friday, 19, still January. The gift of Osiris is the answer. 4 willing souls, each possessing an attribute of my beloved. Each must perform the sequences. Each must sacrifice themselves in order that she can live again. Monday, 29 January. It resembled the device mentioned in the scroll almost precisely. The fools believe it to be a game, not suspecting its true purpose. It is as the voice told me. The truth is only revealed to those great enough to understand it. Next page. Wednesday, 7th of February. What have I done? Wednesday, 14th February. According to the evening news, the case is now closed. I know I should act, but I cannot bring myself to, even though God knows it will be merciful. Somewhere within, however, I am sure poor Mill Baker still exists. I shall keep her in the tunnel and ensure she is fed and watered. As he said, she may yet prove useful. And the last entry for that page is Thursday, 15th of February. I realized my mistake, a mistranslation. The sacrificial souls must not only be willing, but must perform the ritual alone. It's dark.
And then this is the final handout.
I can read this one. 1923, Sunday, 18th February. It worked. McAndrews, such a kind and simple sort, I had barely finished uttering the words of the incantation before he obediently took the copy of the game inside the warehouse and carried out the exact sequence required. When I paid him a visit in the vault, it was as promised. He lives, but he will remain asleep until I command him to awake. Sunday, 25th February. A genius masterstroke. The eager fools at the club are now under the device's spell, and those three will be perfect for my needs. Sunday, 11th March. It is working. After having sent them each a fragment of the sequence, they are now practicing it against each other, believing it to be a game. I have told them to keep practicing and to study the moves, telling them it is. The Pharaoh's sacrifice, a sequence known only to true masters. They will stumble into it willingly and alone. Tuesday, 20th of March. Dear Lord, what am I thinking? Am I losing my mind? And this is like a separate like text or font. You are already strong, Thomas, greater than you realize. Do not falter, suffocate your doubts. They are not but weakness. Filippo awaits beyond the veil. She yearns for you, but her patience grows thin, Thomas. And then Wednesday, 21st of March, I go to the vault. I shall wait until it is time.
Oh my.
Well, this man is clearly disturbed.
Classic trying to bring a loved one back from the dead. Textbook.
Is it? You see this often, detective?
Oh, mostly in storybooks, but I'll be honest, this is my first encounter with one in the real world.
Did they not realize from stories that it never ends well?
I'm concerned about this section here. He says he's going to feed and water Millie Baker, who's in the tunnel, and then he disappears at some point. So we may find this woman dead somewhere.
Oh, she was dead. I don't know why he would be bothering with watering and feeding her.
No, I just mean now that he's waiting. His last note is that he shall wait until the time is right. The problem is who's been feeding and watering Millie.
They may be in the same place. He speaks of a vault.
Yes, it also seems like he already has Mr. McAndrew with him. So
yeah, he was the
saves
first
us the
victim.
bit, eh?
You know, he says they need to be willing, but then he clearly tricked them with a spell and passing everything off as a game. That's not quite in the spirit
The spirit of what? Exactly.
of being willing.
Well, it says they will stumble into it willingly. So perhaps willing is up for interpretation.
Nasty tricks. Well, we clearly need to find this vault. Does anyone know of any entrances to tunnels down under the city? There are plenty.
How about where they were playing the game? Maybe there's something, like an entrance of some sort.
Or might it be under this society?
We did already have a look at the gaming club. I suppose we
Yeah.
didn't really find anything there.
It will be hidden. I mean, if he was doing that sort of thing, I guess he would go the extra mile to hide it, but perhaps this would be one of the first places we could check because, as Steve said, there's many entrance to some sort of like tunnel around. So unless we know for sure a place, we could go scrapping by the place we know where he would be, where he had been before, at least.
It does seem interesting. I mean, I'm up for checking out the Jumpity Hall again. But it does seem based off the diary entries that the Royal Overseas League seems to have predated whatever weird ritual started, right?
Yes. Also, if there was going to be a secret entrance to underground Edinburgh, it's probably going to be under a secret society rather than just, the hall where people can rent space.
Sure. And who is this? He refers to a he. I'm wondering if this he is the person who has taken over his hand and provided these self-referential scrawlings. I'm wondering if he's under the possession of somebody, or perhaps this Thomas is or perhaps this other character, this he is someone controlling Thomas from behind. Yeah, another layer of obscurity.
He talks about a voice. I think he's crazy. He's hearing voices.
Yes, it's possible that there's also some trickery at play, but I suppose anybody who creates a game to trick people into performing a ritual that he learned about from an anonymous package, I suppose crazy probably is the more likely answer.
I'm not saying there couldn't be something behind it, but nobody else has a motive to help him bring back his dead wife by sacrificing people. So that seems like the crazy part.
Sure. I was thinking perhaps some sort of manipulation. There was once a haunted home that I went to, and there was a person who claimed to have some sort of psychic powers, and she was chained to a bed. As it turns out, there was a series of tubes which allowed individuals to hear what was going on in the room and replicate the effects of her poltergeistism. However, that I failed to see how that necessarily applies here, aside from anonymous letters. Perhaps Olivia and Marjorie were never actually communicated to each other over the mail. Perhaps it was all Thomas.
Keeper, if you don't mind. The diary mentioned something in the evening news. Would we have any recollection of that event?
According to the
It's
evening
been
news,
like, I think, a month ago.
maybe you could say you read it and just now brought it back to your mind. I don't know.
Or what was the case about then?
No, it does say evening news. You can go like grab the news somewhere.
Sure.
I think that's the more appropriate way to do it. Either
Yeah, I agree. We should have procured the actual article.
you can say maybe that it piqued your mind that you remembered, but you don't remember exactly what it said.
Yes, I don't quite remember what happened, what this case was. I did have a lot of marking to do that time, but yes. I might have the article in my office somewhere. But if we want to stick together for the time being, maybe I don't even know how important that article is. Should we just go to the Royal Overseas League and see what we find there?
I think it's important that we put an end to this crazy man as soon as possible. He's killing people. It's not okay.
Don't know if he's killing people. Olivia just disappeared.
I'm certainly not inviting them for tea and biscuits.
Oh, no one really does these days. You know, the Overseas League, is that where we're going to next?
That makes the most sense. I'm in agreement. We should probably get to the bottom of it.
All right, then we shall move over to that place. The Royals Overseas League occupies a prime location on Princes Street, Edinburgh's main thoroughfare, which is almost directly opposite the Edinburgh Castle. Once you get there, you realize that it is a Members Club for the residents of Edinburgh who have lived, worked, or otherwise have some significant association with the foreign country, particularly those that are part of the British Empire. And I believe the meeting was on a Saturday, which you missed, so there's not much going on here right now. There is a doorman who stops you. He's fairly well dressed.
Greetings, doorman.
Greetings, sir. You missed the party or the meeting. I don't believe you remember either.
Perhaps you can tell me when the next meeting would be, or more aptly, how I would become a member. I'm Hudson Webb, of course. My dear brother is a resident here of Edinburgh. I, of course, travel the world. I believe the best knowledge is that obtained firsthand.
Well, the next meeting will be next Saturday. We do this every week, usually, but and you wish to become a member.
Sure, yes, I have many interests, Egyptology and beyond.
Well, perhaps you can go inside for today and look around, but as I said, there's nothing going on. And we will speak of your membership some other time.
Oh, wonderful. I'd appreciate such an opportunity.
And who are your associates?
Oh, yes. Well, here we have Frederick Edwards, esteemed colleague over at the university there. James Cowden. We've got Bruce Newsome and Theodora Wallace. Theodora is a friend of my brother. They've known each other. I have to admit, I've just met these folks relatively recently, but we all have come to parallel purposes.
All right. Can all go in. We'll just call it a probationary basis for this week. I believe the only one around would be Major Nettleworth, but as I said, the party's not ongoing.
Major Nettleworth, that would be great. If I see him, I'll say hello.
All right. He stands aside and he opens the door.
I enter fearlessly.
Yep, the inside, as you always do. The interior is a grand and opulent. There is various Egyptian, paintings and artifacts sitting around. It just seems to be all ceremonial and just decorations. There's really nobody around, as you were told. The party is not this week. It is getting later in the evening as well, I believe. Right, but at 5, which I guess is not that late, but still, there's not much going on here at the moment.
Keeping an eye out for 4 curved daggers, perhaps on a display or something.
No, you don't see anything like that. Everything just seems to be, ceremonial for show. They're just putting on the Egyptian mania face to their society.
You're just gonna quietly poke around this place and see if there are any, doors, entrances, etc., that may lead down.
Chutes big enough for a human being.
Yeah, any of the above, anything that goes downward, down beneath.
Take a listen or spot hidden.
Okay.
71 over 60. Very disappointing.
I finally succeeded in extreme success on spot hidden.
Okay, you don't see anything like that, but you do see, like, down the hallway that there is a middle-aged man. He's fairly well dressed. He's walking back and forth. He looks very flustered and irritated.
Major!
The person jolts and he looks at you and says, I'm not the major.
Oh, I apologize. I was told I might meet a Major Nettleworth around here.
He looks he's like muttering under his breath. You see him wring his hands a couple of times. He goes back to pacing around.
Are you all right?
No, I'm not all right.
Well, what's the trouble?
Things have gone missing. 5 outfits.
Outfits? What sort?
And I will take whatever. I guess that you're talking pretty nicely, so persuade.
Sure. I'm sure she has something. Oh yeah, she does have persuade. Huzzah.
Yes, because she handles customers. I remember giving her persuade for that reason.
Another extreme success. I finally get some successes.
Just calms down and aren't you I think you have a shop, don't you? Egyptian shop or?
Well, not specifically Egyptian, but a lot of that's going around right now, so yes.
I'm glad there's an expert here. Yeah, 5 outfits have gone missing. A pharaoh's costume, two priestesses, two priestess outfits, and I think the other two were for slave garments. They're not valuable. They're all reproductions, of course, but you know, it can't have things being stolen here.
Well, that's not all right at all. Who had them last?
I have no idea. There was a party. Anyone could have walked out with them.
Oh, I see. Was Thomas Putnam at the party yesterday?
I don't know any Thomas Putman.
Oh, he makes this very popular game.
Oh, what's that?
It's called Jumpity.
Jumpity. That sounds very odd.
Well, that's not what it was called originally, but I don't think anyone knows what it was called originally. It's Egyptian themed.
I mean, it is possible I could have just misplaced them. Would you mind coming back, taking a look with me?
Priestesses and pharaohs. Yeah.
Oh, I think I heard some of the members talking about some game from ancient times called that.
That's a great bit of fun. You should try it. This is Jumpity Club.
But as I said, it is possible that maybe I just misplaced them. Is anyone want to come help me look for them, or seem to be very nice and helpful?
Oh,
Just out of
certainly.
yes,
Wait.
out of curiosity though, we have perhaps a photo. Is this what the outfits look like?
That's
Yeah,
it right there.
sure.
Yeah.
Are these the garments that are missing?
Well, that's definitely the Pharaoh's outfit and the two priestesses.
And slave
Yeah, you listen right
garments.
at. Yeah, that's it.
And you said you've never seen this man before, and I suppose points at Thomas Putnam.
No, I've seen that man. I've never heard that name though.
I suppose, what do they call this man then?
I I don't know.
You don't.
Oh, you just don't speak with him. I see.
Okay. Well, I suppose at least we know what we're looking for. And also now we know they don't seem to talk with. So what was your name,
Well, you can call me Steve.
Steve? And you work here
Yes.
as what? Groundskeeper,
Yeah, kind of like a butler, I suppose. It's not
butler.
really you know, they're really loose working conditions. You just do what they ask me to do.
All right then, Steve. Lay on.
He says, well, I guess we know where they're at. You don't really need to see it now if you don't want to.
Sorry, what?
Well, I guess we know where the outfits are now, so we don't need to
Well,
come back and look.
this is an
Let's
old photo.
Oh,
I
well,
was just wondering if our colleagues had. Well, I just wanted to know what they looked like, and now I know. In any case, this could have happened any time since.
all
You
right.
said they disappeared yesterday, or when did they go missing?
I have no idea. I guess I only noticed it today.
But they get worn at the parties, right? Isn't that what you do?
Yeah, some of the members put them on. Not everyone's into it.
And they did such a thing last night.
I'm not sure.
Were you not at the? They didn't invite you to the party,
Well, I'm just the staff.
right? But the staff still has to, I don't know, do staff stuff at a party.
They probably wore them. Some of them do, as I said.
Okay, so
Clearly wearing
probably
it
went
there.
missing since last night then.
Possibly.
Okay, well, maybe they're still around.
Where do you usually store them?
This is all right. Well, just come back to the wardrobe with me then. He takes you down. He walks down the hallway.
He seems a bit suspicious. Can we do any psychology into him?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not very good at this.
I got a extreme success if no one else got anything.
No, I failed.
All right. Well, you don't succeed, but I guess he's you get some little help from your. No, you don't. You just think he's you know, he's very flustered. He seems very worried. You don't see any what's the word we use? Ominous. Anything ominous in him?
He seems like he's not very good at his job.
You're just a working stiff.
Well, yeah, he went down. Then I guess you're all followed him now.
Theo definitely did. Hopefully someone's coming with her.
Yeah, versus
Oh yeah.
I'm going
Since
to.
since he's not suspicious, I think Professor Edwards follows too.
All right, and he brings you into a wardrobe. There's all sorts of clothing and various things. I'm really tired of making these spot hidden, so I'll just say he looked through it, and yeah, it does seem like the outfits are missing. There's definitely spots where things could go. There's also other outfits there. Does anyone have Egyptian hieroglyphs they want to roll? As they see some of them
Yes.
stitched into the lining, hieroglyphs stitched into the lining. Yeah.
I love to roll unusual things. Let's see. What is my in that? Okay, cool. Not even bad. Okay, let's.
I got a 4 out of 56.
I got an 8 out of 50.
Jeez. All right. The hieroglyphs on this robe, they translate to blessings to the great Osiris, whose gifts may the wearer of these robes receive. And then the maybe butler is like, well, I guess they're just not here, but perhaps they'll return them later. Maybe I should just calm down about all this whole thing.
I mean, if you were to have lost them, I mean, who and what kind of punishment would be exacted upon you? You seem quite nervous.
Well, I don't want to lose my job, and it's also embarrassing.
Well, even if it's not here, is there a possibility that it's where they held their party last night?
Well, we hold the party here, so I'm guessing they just
In,
put
in
it
the
on and just left with
in the
it.
wardrobe?
No,
No, I mean
in the
the
building.
party room.
That would be out in the hall where you were when you met me.
I mean, if perhaps if we all came and helped you look across the building, we might be able to help you with your situation.
I'm not comfortable with that. Maybe you should just go talk to Major Nettleworth. I think he's still here somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, certainly. Do you know if when they're having their parties, do they
Well,
ever go off into the city somewhere? You
mm,
know, do they continue on after?
I'm sure a few of them do.
Are there any good pubs or like strange places they like to gather after here?
No, I don't know anything about that.
All right, you're a good lad. I think Theo just heads off to like find someone else to do.
Yes, hopefully we'll find Major Nettleworth instead of some uh, unattentive butler.
All right, we'll just say that he directs you to where he thinks that the major was at last, and you go off to another hallway, and it's a nice little room, and there's a fireplace. You see a man in his late 60s sitting in front of a fireplace. He looks up as you enter. He has a swept back silver hair. You see a deep scar on his left cheek. He seems, despite his age, to be, still quite fit and able. He says, I didn't know we had guests today.
Oh, yes, we're prospective members. We had spoken to your doorman, and he said we might have a look about. He mentioned you would be here, and I was actually hoping to have the chance to meet with you. I'm interested in your society here, Royal Overseas League, as it were. I'm interested in many things overseas, Egypt and beyond.
You look like a man of the world. Have you been out in it?
Absolutely. I suppose yourself, perhaps on tour of duty.
Oh, yes, I fought in the Anglo-Egyptian War and several other campaigns after. Did you serve
Wonderful.
time? You don't seem, perhaps not.
No, I'm independently wealthy and
Uh,
have used that to travel the world at my own pace, if you will.
that sounds delightful.
Yes, quite. But I was introduced to the concept of your league, and several of my compatriots here. We all ended up being at sort of parallel purposes, if you will, and we've found ourselves interested in learning a bit more about what you do, and perhaps meet some of the members. There's a few we've managed to come across quite recently.
Members? Which members?
There was a man named Thomas. He mentioned you had spoken to him. To believe he was a member here.
Thomas. No, I don't know any Thomas.
Oh, very interesting. He spoke of the society, and I was able to stop by, and the building is quite real. So if he fabricated it, he must have done his research first.
You're not one of those damn little gutter news hounds, are you? Just trying to get a story out of me?
No, I've never heard of that. I do have perhaps the photograph. You could show him the man.
Oh, aye, this gentleman right here. That's Thomas.
You can kind of see that he clams up a little and maybe there's some kind of social skill worked out of him.
What skill? Are we charming them? I don't think we're charming them. Are we persuading them?
Just sounds like a straight persuade, which has been said so far.
I'm not good at these, so
Yeah,
I'll roll it. That's a 33 over 10. So no.
just kind of looks at you and says, "Well, the party will be next week, I suppose, if you wish to gain proper membership." He goes back to staring into the fireplace.
Oh, wonderful! I was hoping to, sir. I was hoping to find out about the membership. We simply show up to the party. And we'll find out then.
I really couldn't say, sir.
Strange. I thought you were in charge of this society, but perhaps I was mistaken. Is there someone else who can inform me of the rituals?
There are no rituals. It's just an Egyptian society that we enjoy the history of those times.
Sure, there's always rituals, merriment and consumption of alcoholic beverages and so forth. They give them funny names like the brew of the Nile or something.
Oh, people think we do get into all kinds of weird things here, and that's why I don't wish to speak to you. I'm afraid you're going to give the message to somebody. I don't. It's just an Egyptian society. There's nothing else to it. All our events are of good taste.
Why are you worried about the reputation of the society? Has someone damaged it recently?
There's been rumors of hedonism and those sorts of things. It's just jealousy from people that we didn't allow into the society, of course.
Oh, I. So what are the kids getting up to recently? Where's all the trouble?
No, there's no trouble. That's what I'm saying.
Well, obviously not here. They're going and breaking into the vaults beneath the city and all that.
What's in the city, madam? What are you on about?
Oh, you don't know? Oh, Edinburgh is built on all sorts of layers and layers of old city beneath us.
Well, of course, but why is somebody breaking into it?
I don't know. Another place to party, I suppose, if they've been left out of here. You haven't heard anything about that, eh?
No, it's not anything I've heard about.
Yes, the undercity would be dangerous and unmaintained. Of course, you break into it. It's not a place people are typically permitted to go.
Well, will that be all, everyone?
Oh, of course. Sorry to bother you.
Pyramids are cool. Leave.
Well, when we're away from him, he'll say, we're right across from the castle. What do you think?
Think about going into the castle.
Oh, like you surmise it's the castle vaults? Is that what you're thinking?
That's the only other thing I can think of since there's no indication of where.
Yes. And also he was clearly lying, right? I mean,
Well, he
this,
didn't want to talk to us.
yes, well, Mr. Putnam clearly knew him, and well, he probably knew Thomas Putnam. Didn't want to say much about him, though.
He was perfectly amicable until we put the photo out, and then he clammed up. He certainly knows of him.
Maybe Thomas Putnam has gotten a reputation already as a troublemaker before he started disappearing people.
This tomboy. Suppose if nothing else, this place is quite gauche. We should look at that castle then. There's nothing else for it.
I did look around inside. I didn't see any way to go down below the street level in there. So, but the castle's old. It's got plenty of hidey holes.
Is it potentially that there might be tunnels connecting? If there is a basement here, if the tunnels would connect the castle to this building.
That's hard to say.
Well, in any case, it seems our business here is concluded.
All right, as you are leaving, you do see a young man with center-parted black hair. He's arguing with the doorman. It's like, sir, I told you, you don't need to go in. We are not having a party today. And the other one is saying, I just want to gain entrance to this place, please.
Stop hassling this doorman.
He's taken aback. He's like, and you let them in?
What do you mean? The man you're speaking to is clearly deserving of membership. Do you not know his visage? This is the great Hudson Webb.
What's so great about him?
I've traveled
Well,
far
then
outside.
you're clearly ignorant.
Clearly.
Well, who are you then to deserve entrance?
Well, I was looking for someone.
No, not one of us.
No, not one of you.
Who are you looking for, Mr. Putnam?
Yes, how do you know that name?
No, it's just a guess.
Wow.
Well, how do you know Mr. Putnam?
Well, I work for him at his shop.
Ah, interesting. What kind of shop is it?
It's a curio shop. What do you mean what kind of shop it is? This guy.
Well, I've never met you before in my life. Of course, I would ask what shop. You're very rude.
Curios.
Yeah, take some
I
curios. We're closed on Sundays.
I'm in the curio business. I thought he was in the board game reproduction business.
Well, that is one of our current curios, though, isn't it?
That's stretching the definition, but okay.
Hey, whatever makes money.
I mean, you can't really argue with that.
What causes you to believe he's here anyway?
Well, I haven't seen him for a bit, and I was getting a bit worried. I know he comes here sometimes.
Well, I'm not sure why you're here, and no one here seems to know who Thomas Putnam is.
That's very strange.
Well, I thought so too.
But so you've asked about him? How would you know they don't know who he is?
Oh, he's a friend of a friend of a friend. You know,
No,
I
I
don't really
don't.
know who he is, but his name came up, and um, no one here wants to talk about him. Don't know why.
Why are you trying to talk about him?
No, people here don't want to talk about him.
Yes, but why would you even mention him?
Oh,
Again, friend
because
of a
we knew he
friend.
was a member.
You're talking in circles, sir.
I'm sorry, who are you? Like, what? I don't even know your name, and you're talking to me like this. You didn't introduce yourself. Well, we already introduced Mr. Hudson Webb. At least have the manners to introduce yourself.
I'm Grant Forsyth.
No idea who you are. I'm
Yeah.
Professor
Well, I didn't
Edwards.
introduce
Don't
myself.
know who I am. Um, well, now that's out of the way, I suppose we'll leave you to whatever business you're conducting.
Then he just walks away and he shrugs. He shrugs and he walks away.
Well, his own employee doesn't know where he is.
Interesting. Yes, perhaps he was here to speak about recent goings on at the business that Mr. Putnam is not there to be privy to himself because he's hidden away somewhere.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, I wonder if he was here to report that his shop has been broken into and some things taken because that's exactly what we just did. It's hard to say.
That was a possibility that occurred to me, but at least he didn't say it outright. So
No, I
That's
don't
all that
think he caught
matters.
on.
hopefully he'll wait to find his employer first, and we'll probably find him first.
I don't know. Detective, do you think he's worth following, or should we just investigate the castle for the vault?
Hmm. Let's investigate the castle.
Splendid idea.
Over to Edinburgh Castle. What exactly are you going to do here?
If we're looking for an entrance to an undercity. Thea's lived here all her life, but it's not a thing you do unless you have a reason to, or you're crazy. So
Sure.
like, let's go down into the Undercity. It's a dangerous thing.
Right, we enter into the inside. You're poking around the castle. You probably feel a little silly trying to find hidden compartments and stuff, but no, you don't seem to.
Are there any people doing like tours, or is it just like a place to poke around in?
Yeah, there's a few people walking about.
Excuse me, madam, do you know any underground tunnels?
What? She's a little taken aback.
Oh, so you haven't heard of the entrance to the Undercity?
That is not on any tour that I know of.
Well then, I'll be on.
Don't understand. It's such an old structure. You'd think if any place would have a way down nearby somewhere they'd be, it'd be here. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we should be checking out the around the jumpity board game playing place.
Yes, but maybe you're right because that's the only place you can talk about Thomas Putnam. Apparently,
Yeah, I guess that's the way to go.
Make your way back to Oddfellows Hall. There's another club in there. Looks like they're looking at the model trains. It's another club, and you do see again the man who introduced himself as Grant Forsyth.
is he
Ah,
like at the door or is he like in the club?
it would appear he had the same idea as you had, and then the club is not in there. He's outside.
Yeah, fancy seeing you here again, Grant Forsyth.
Are you following me?
Absolutely not.
And he runs off.
Oh, I mean, one of you young people catch him, I suppose. I don't know.
Oh, I.
Alrighty, let's get those. I need Constitution rolls.
Yay.
I got a 55
That
for
was
65.
terrible. Okay. I mean, I suppose I
65.
could roll good.
I got a 28 out of 52.
I got
Yeah.
67 over 60.
All right, so the slowest is Hudson. He has one movement point.
Nice.
Everyone else would have two. I believe Grant will have two. All right. So that would make the fastest James. You have two movement points to do as you wish.
Two moving points, you say?
Yep, you can. Well, you can do. It's technically two action points. You can move up, and that costs one, or you can do something else, and that costs one.
I'm gonna move up.
As you move up, you see that when Forsyth began to run, he pushed over an old man who was laying on the ground, and a bit of a crowd is gathering around. You're gonna need to make your way through this crowd with either a dodge or persuade to talk them down.
I'm gonna dodge then. Well, this is bad. I got a 96 and
What's your dodge?
I'm 45.
Oh.
Yeah,
That
I
is
guess I'm tripping.
that is a fumble, which we'll just make it take your next turn, perhaps. That's probably fair enough. Okay. This crowd gathers around. Everyone who's moving up realizes they're going to have to face it. So next would be Hudson. Your one movement point. I guess all you're gonna do is move up.
Can I speak to the people from here, or am I like considered out of the area?
I would say you're out of the area.
Okay. I think Hudson will be like, "Oh, you got him, you got him." Like I'll drop out because I am not catching this dude.
Okay. All right, Bruce.
Bruce's turn.
Yep.
I will move up.
All right, that puts you at the face of the gathering crowd, is just like James did. Your dodge or talk your way through.
I will dodge.
Okay. Roll your dodge.
And I failed. 87.
All right, that'll take your second movement point as you fall to the ground, trying to jostle through this crowd. Theodora, your teammates are not doing so well.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, pardon me. Hold on. Please make way. Let us through.
All right, give me that persuade.
I failed.
All right, no. Okay. Grant shall move forward one. As it moves forward, we are near a pub that was near the area, and his wild flight spooks a horse, and the horse drops. It was attached to a cart, and it drops barrels of ale down off the back of the cart. Bruce, yes, you see the barrels in front of you.
I will try to dodge out of the way of the barrels. I did not dodge any barrels.
Okay, I need a luck roll.
Okay. I can do it. I did not do this. 83 for 60.
All right, as you fail to dodge, and the barrel hits you pretty squarely. You need 1d3 damage.
The lucky result is that the barrel just bursts over you and then you get to be covered in ale. With no damage.
This is really good ale.
Okay. Clear your pores.
I took 1 damage.
Okay. And Theodora, 2 movement points, and you're going to face the rest of the barrels.
Oh boy, barrels. Okay.
That's a dodge, yeah.
Yeah, not great at that. We'll see. I failed.
All right, roll your luck to see if the barrel actually managed to hurt you.
Ah, that's a success on that.
Okay, no, you failed to dodge, but the barrel doesn't actually, it just kind of flips up over you. Okay, puts us back, and Grant's of course gonna move up. And as we were running, we noticed that the chase took us near to the Cowgate police station. There are a few police officers watch as Grant Forsyth runs by. He actually has to roll for this one. He rolled a 54 under 55 for his luck. The police officers see this man, but they just shrug as he runs by. And all of you know that you passing through that square are going to face the same scrutiny from these police officers, which you've already had issues with.
That's fine. Yes, that's all fine.
Okay,
Officers, stop that man!
that brings us back to James.
Okay, I'm running.
Alrighty. You have 2 movement points. You're going to go up to his spot too?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, you now face the same scrutiny as the police officers notice you. I need a luck roll.
Okay. Okay. I got a 7 out of 55.
All right, they don't really seem to notice James. They let him pass.
Damn.
And that will bring us to Bruce. It's 1 movement
I
point.
will
Face-
advance.
All right, roll your luck to face the scrutiny of the police officers.
I 71 out of 60.
That is a failure. A couple of them kind of run in front of you. I will give you a fast talk or persuade chance to talk them down.
Let's talk. 41 out of 50.
And what do you say in your fast talk?
Just get out of the way, get out of the way. I'm in the middle of an investigation and I'm chasing this perp.
And okay, he just seems to they part and allow you to pass. Maybe you caught them on a break and are in a good mood or something.
They couldn't possibly actually do anything.
Nah, they only catch for you guys. Theodora.
All right, yeah, just gonna
I need that
try
luck.
to run on through. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, yeah. Apparently they just aren't listening to her at all as she says, "Catch that man."
Did you fail your luck?
No, I succeeded.
Oh, you see it? Okay.
Yeah. They're just like not paying any attention to
Yeah,
me
they've
at
had
all.
enough of this, so they go back to what they were doing. All right. Grant is going to move up 1. He's had a very lucky run. Okay, he needs a strength roll because Grant Forsyth runs up, but he noticed that someone has blocked an alleyway that the chase has not led us to. There's a large pile of crates. He's going to attempt to shove them aside. Strength roll. It's not looking good for him. Oh wait, he rolled a 20 out of 30. 20 under 30. He had a 30% chance to make the enemy. Oh, all right. He shoves aside these crates that was blocking the alleyway, which makes an even bigger mess that you all have to deal with. And that will take us to James.
I'm moving up. Yeah, I'm moving up. Is there a way for me to trip him? Or
First-
do I have to face the mess first?
Yeah, face the mess, then you can use your extra
Damn.
movement point.
Okay, so dodge, I guess.
I think it's strength or
Oh,
climb. Yeah,
Let
climb
me
or strength.
see.
Nobody in the world is ever gonna roll climb, but
I'm gonna pick strength.
yes, of course.
Bro, I got an 89 out of
Oh.
65, so yep.
Or the mess made by Forsyth was just even worse, and you, despite your athletic background, you find a rare failure, which I will prevent you from using your second movement point. Bruce, you just saw James fail to get through this. Your turn to face it.
All right. I will use strength. Oh no. 99.
Oh crap.
Jeez.
All right, no, I guess both you and James just made an even bigger mess. You just kind of moved the mess back and forth unsuccessfully. Theodora, your turn to face the mess.
I will laugh if she does well at this. Well, actually, I mean, her shop's such a mess. Maybe that makes sense if it happens. We'll see. Nope. I failed.
Incredible. You had 30%.
Yeah.
There's so much room under the bus right now. Just come on in.
All right, then Forsyth continues down the alleyway and he disappears. He's gotten away, leaving you in this alleyway to brush yourselves off. You guys, Frederick and Hudson are way back in the back. They have to catch up whenever they want.
Would there be any way to see if I could track like the direction he went into, or
You may, yes. It's
no?
like it's just an alleyway that you ran out of. I guess I'll take either navigate or luck or no, you have track specifically, right? Track skill.
I failed 60. Yeah, 60 out of 40.
All right, you try to look through it. Maybe the mess in the alleyway is just too much. It's concealing whatever evidence you could have picked up on.
Oh, don't feel bad. I know many an outdoorsman, and tracking in the city is very hard.
I just he was just so nimble, scrampy. I don't know. Like,
Lucky, very lucky.
yeah, lucky. I should have shot him when I had the chance.
That was ridiculous that he pulled that off.
Don't know why he ran.
You hear a little bicycle bell, ring, 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 and Hudson rolls up. He's threw money at some child to ride his bike. I've caught up to you. Excuse me while I catch my breath.
For someone who travels a lot and has lots of adventures, you're not very quick on your feet, are you?
Bad back, bad knees. It happens.
Oh, too many adventures. Yeah, I feel you.
Been bitten, stung by everything under the sun, and unfortunately, my arthritis. Anyway, it appears as though our young friend has gotten away. Why would he sprint away from us like that? I thought he was just an employee.
Right, I don't know, but it's definitely curious. If we'd followed him enough, maybe we'd find where Putnam actually went. Do you think the Oddfellows Hall is a dead end?
Well, it seemed like he hadn't checked yet. I would have thought that perhaps he would go by there first, but he went to the society first. Apparently, I feel like he must have checked the warehouse. He probably already went by the man's home if he knows where he lives.
Well, you are in an alleyway. You can go forward to see what kind of area he went into.
Oh, so even though we can't follow him, so, like specifically, we can sort of like look which way he went.
Yeah, just can't
Okay.
confirm where it actually went, I suppose.
Well, where was he heading?
All right, as you all get through the mess in the alleyway, it comes out into an open area of streets, and there's only one building really here. It's like some kind of storage facility. There's no sign of anyone's been around here. You don't see Forsyth anymore, but
Could this be a warehouse for the game?
Oh, I don't think he had that many copies in circulation, but perhaps I'm wrong. It seems like he was very involved with anyone who'd played it.
Well, it was mass produced, eh? There was only like a dozen copies at his store. Can't hurt to look, eh?
I think they might have been being produced on a small scale. Yeah, no harm in looking.
we will go back to Frederick. Frederick Edwards. Everyone ran in front. Hudson joined at the party with the bike. What did you do?
Well, I was hoping they'd come back at some point.
They have not. You stand there alone.
Yeah, just standing there. I guess I'll ask someone about the model trains.
Should I join our model train club, sir? You don't have anything more pressing going on, right?
Not right now. It's quite interesting. Yeah, I don't suppose you know someone called Thomas Putnam,
Who?
right? Yeah, I don't think so. No rumors of, I don't know, hidden tunnels around here. Not even something the kids would say.
Well, trains go into tunnels sometimes.
Oh, it's true. I mean this building.
Oh, no idea about any of this.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I should probably see what my friends are up to. Well, I'll see what I can do next week. Anyway, have a good day.
See you next week.
All right.
Okay, you move through the mess that you see barrels of alcohol that have spilled. There's a couple of cops running around. You You go into an alleyway, there's just a huge mess of barrels, and finally you come out of that alleyway to an opening, the streets, and there's just one big storage facility looking building with your teammates standing there.
Suppose the fact he's not here means he got away.
Oh, aye. Slippery little fella.
Quite,
Remarkably quick.
quite interesting. I thought for certain that you three young people would definitely have caught him. But where exactly did he lead you to?
Well, this seems to be the only thing around.
His warehouse. Is there any signage?
Nope. It's not a thing.
Oh.
The building is just completely blank and unidentifiable.
It looks like it's used for storage. He owns a business, so it's not unheard of that it might be something that Thomas Putnam has an interest in.
Is this place of interest to us? Just the man didn't know where Putnam was, so where he's
No.
going, there probably isn't at Putnam either.
I mean, it's hard to say. He ran when we questioned him again.
Well, I talked with some nice folks at the Jumpity Club, all the old fellows building. Never heard of any tunnels or at Putnam, so I don't know if it's worth pursuing there.
Well, see, that's what I'd always thought. It's just a place to rent to have clubs at. Didn't think it would have an entrance to an undercity, but
I thought the castle was a pretty good place to look for a tunnel, but they didn't have tunnels either.
it tends to
Anyhow.
be something that you'd keep blocked off, normally. But
Anyway, right. Do you have any clues then?
I'm just curious about this place. I think we need to take a look and see if it has anything to do with anybody.
Yeah, we don't know exactly where Grant went off to, but we know he came in this direction, and this is really the only building here.
I mean, maybe there's tunnels nearby. I don't know.
I suppose if you wanted to, you could probably break into tunnels from almost any building. Be a good way to hide it if it was inside. Now, whether you break into something that you could, actually use or be in is an entirely different matter. But we don't know till we look. He went somewhere. Don't know where. I don't have any better ideas. Do you?
Yes, we don't know that the tunnel is necessarily the Undercity, right? He just mentioned that there was a tunnel. The other thing is he said the vault several times, but we don't know what the vault is. That could be a nickname for some of the storage facility, and it's worth a shot.
Yes, it could be. But that is what they call the things in the bridges that the city's built on. They've started to find. They honestly don't know how far down they go. Wonderful strange, really. Think about it. Well, I'm going to check this out. And
Yeah.
Theo walks up to this building and is like ready to just, bust her way in there whichever way she needs to.
Yeah, there's only a single door. Single
Is it
means of
locked?
entrance. It is, of course, locked.
Okay, it is. So then either he had a key and was really fast with it, or he didn't come in here. But I want to find out what's inside anyway, so I'm gonna give it a shot. Not quite as good a detective at this, but I'm gonna try. Let's see what is locksmith. Okay, got it. Locksmith. Ooh, 14 under 50. Hard success.
All right, you open that door up very easily. Inside it is completely pitch black. Doesn't seem to be any obvious means of lighting either.
Never fear, that's why I always bring my personal lighting kit. I pull out a legit torch and a match, start lighting that thing on fire, and I have a little torch.
Like an
Alright.
actual flame on an end of a stick type torch.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Theo will look inside first, kind of holding you back. Is this a dynamite factory? Or, let's just make sure before we send Hudson running in here.
No, it appears to be almost empty in there.
Okay. She'll be like, oh, all right.
If it's a warehouse, it seems odd. It's not storing anything. That's obvious.
Hmm.
Now that you're in here, I will take spot hiddens. You're in here and unexploded.
Yeah.
Not dead. Come on, 71 over 60.
Fail for
21,
me.
hard success.
Oh, fail. Just barely though.
Yeah, I failed too. 63 over 52. Yep.
All
Got
right,
it, Theo.
Take my torch, Theo. I don't need it.
yes, Theo's on high alert for dynamite. And as you look around, you don't find anything other than there's a strange stone that's in the almost looks like a button in the corner.
Oh,
What does that
Like
do?
snow.
what be this?
Leaf? May as well press it.
I think I shall. All right, stand back.
Boom, you all die. No, okay.
Yeah. You went in the warehouse. You've entered my trap.
Curse you,
Rocks fall,
Grant.
you all die. Yeah,
Okay,
so Theo presses the button.
yes, and yeah, it's like a door that it slides inwards, and there's tunnels beyond there. You have found your tunnels at last. It is, of course, pitch black in there, so
I knew it. I knew there had to be tunnels.
Oh,
I don't.
hand me my torch and I'll climb down.
Hand it back to you.
I did not make the climb character either, but I got a
Oh.
base.
well, lucky for you is you think that you gotta climb. It looks like it's just a stairway down.
Oh, sweet. Alas, it's stairs.
Not gonna get that climb check mark. All right, Hudson leads you down this. The tunnels slope gradually downwards, and they continue for about 100 feet or so before opening to a small room. Inside this room, there are dressed stone walls. You see tunnels leading out. There are multiple tunnels leading out in every direction. And in this room, though, as it catches your eye, there is a chain and manacles bolted into the wall. And those manacles have been opened.
Oh, no skeleton.
So whatever was there was released or escaped. Can I get a
Oh.
listen? Sorry, can I get a listen roll? And it's gonna have to be hard listen roll.
Fail from me.
Okay.
Not sure why I'm bothering. It's pretty bad. for me.
I got that sweet 98. So no.
I failed.
Oh, I got an extreme success.
Yes,
Yay!
there's always a
I told
chance.
you.
Yeah, I failed too.
Okay, the professor thinks it's always the time to listen around. He hears one of the tunnels some kind of scrabbling sound. It's very faint.
I'm not sure. There might be rats ahead, so person with the torch, just keep a lookout. Is the scrapping sound getting louder?
No,
Like
it's very.
towards us?
It's not moving.
Oh, something. Well,
You
rats
know what
or
they say about rats, and Bruce would like to have his gun ready.
Okay,
um,
Bruce is ready.
what if you see a rat, shoot it? Is that what they say about rats these days?
Yes.
Oh, well, I am now more educated.
Top if he has the gun ready. That's what's above everybody.
Well, who's got the torch right now?
Hudson.
Well, not sure if we should pass it around. Maybe I'm not sure if I want to have you pointing a gun at my back. Do you mind, I suppose, taking the torch and leading the way, Mr. Newsome?
Sure. I'll take the torch.
Don't worry, I'll be right behind you.
All right, we make our way down these dark tunnels and following the sound of the scrabbling slash scratching noise. Perhaps as you get closer, you think it's scratching.
You notice Hudson has also produced a pistol at this point.
Okay.
Well, two pistols. Again, I don't appreciate having a gun at my back.
Hudson is readied.
You can just walk behind them like I am. It's fine.
Let those two lunatics go in front of us.
Torch and handgun in the other.
Hey, when the rats show up, we'll be ready.
All right. As you were expecting something ahead of you, there won't be any sort of sneak attack, but you do follow the sound and you see the figure of a person. Looks like a person, and then as the torchlight goes over it. You see that it has the head of a cat.
Oh.
And at the feet of this cat creature, Forsyth sits and he's been decapitated.
Oh no,
I will need a
What?
sanity roll from everyone.
Oh no.
we stand no chance, guys.
I succeed. I have a 28 out of 55.
I failed.
I have a 46 under 60, so I'm cool with it.
I failed.
Okay. So who succeeded?
I succeeded.
And
Hudson also.
okay. If you succeeded.
And me also.
Okay, if you succeeded, you take you take 2 sanity damage, 1 + 1. So
Hey,
2.
real.
If you failed, I'm gonna need a 1d8 + 1. It's the sight of this cat-headed creature. Sends you 2 possible problems.
Oh, wow. Did you say 1d8 + 1?
Yep.
I've taken the max amount to that.
You take 9.
I do take 9.
I got a 4.
All right.
Or I see a 3 + 1. So
Do I have to
I got 1
do I
+
have
1.
like an intelligence check or something for
Oh, that's right. You need to roll intelligence to see if you understood the horror of the Mythos. Go ahead, roll your intelligence. Nobody's going to say it. Well, my bad.
I passed it. So the worst case scenario.
All right. We have Bruce. The gun is ready. If you fire, if you take any other action, you lose your readied.
I will fire.
All right. Give me that firearms. Creature just takes no action. It's not going to dodge or take cover.
76 out of 50. So I miss.
All right. Perhaps the tunnels are too dark. You little whizzes by. Hudson.
I'm just going to go, and fire the gun.
All right. Roll those firearms.
All right. Finally, I got 38 under 60, which is a regular success.
Okay. Roll your damage.
And it's a D10 damage, which is 10. Yay! Hudson succeeds at something.
You took 10 damage. Nice. All right. Creature is infuriated into the cell like a row. You know, like this picture of an angry cat doing the row sound. And it is going to run up and hit the person that it fired at. It takes a swipe of its claws at Hudson. Do you dodge or fight back?
Let us fight back. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I got a 4. Awesome. That's an extreme success.
Okay. Fortunately, I got an 8, which is also an extreme success. So I win, or the cat creature wins. Hudson it doesn't expertly timed strike back at it, but it simply isn't strong enough, and creature slashes him across the chest for 5 damage.
Ouch.
Okay. That brings us to Frederick.
All right. Sorry, what were we doing here again?
You look around, you find yourself in a dark room. There's some kind of monster attacking people you don't know. And these
Right,
guys don't even know who you are.
Right, who's that over there? And I think he's going to approach Hudson, who's holding the torch, right?
And he's probably clutching his chest. He just got slashed.
Hey, how are you, old man? What happened to you? Yikes! What happened?
I was slashed by a cat man.
I don't know. Maybe he'll try to do first aid.
All right. Roll your
Situation.
first aid. Let's try to.
It's not very good. I'm not very good at this. Please just bear with me.
Don't fumble.
Like, the situation can't get worse.
No, it can always get worse.
I didn't fumble.
Okay.
I didn't pass either.
All right. You just kind of ineffectually pat around at his wounds.
Yes,
little blood gets on
yes,
your
blood.
hands.
It's very bloody. Try not to, get that everywhere.
All right, James.
All right. I don't have a weapon, but I'm going to try to fist fight.
All right, James attempts to take a swing at the cat creature. You do, of course,
Yep.
fight back.
So brawl, right? Or
Yep.
fighting?
Yeah, fighting brawl.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Brawl is the
Okay. Please work. Hell yeah, 38 under 61.
All right, I got 79 over 50. I failed. You win. Roll your damage. See how badly you hurt it.
Okay. So 1d3 plus the damage bonus. So I have a 1d3 plus 1d4. Okay.
Yep, that's correct. That's your ability.
So I got. Okay, this one is 2. 2 and 4, 6.
Okay. You plant just straight into the creature's face. It rocks it back. It's starting to reel, but it's still standing.
Not for long.
And Theodora, you think this cat creature is on its last 9 legs? The part of the fun.
I think she'll probably like try to take the torch and burn it.
Okay, that's still gonna be fighting brawls. It's gonna attempt to stop you.
Mhm. Yeah. This will go very poorly, guys. But
I believe in you.
yeah, I failed.
All right, it also failed, so it perhaps it was too hurt as it ineffectually swings at you as you. I guess you both ineffectually swing at each other in the dark. All right, that should take us all the way back up to Bruce, whose gun is still ready, and now you get a bonus die if you're firing in close combat or close range.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. That was a fail, but my bonus die will also fail.
Nope. Bruce once again hits the walls and hear the clang in the tunnels. Hudson with his now your turn.
I'm gonna have to fire a gun.
Yep, you get a point blank bonus dice.
Sweet. Point blank bonus die. Oh, wow. I got a 13 the first time, and I didn't think I can get better, and then I got a 0. So, 3. Extreme success on that pistol.
All right, well, that's extreme success. Okay, never mind. That's just your full damage. It's enough to. You don't need to roll it. You just blow a huge hole right in the center of the creature, and it falls down dead. The final.
Oh, foul creature. Oh, I'm not a religious man, but I feel like I witnessed the depths of hell. Might start attending church or regular.
I don't know. I almost feel bad, except for the fact that it hurt you so.
Right. I'm sorry. What just happened?
Are you all right, Professor?
No, I just wait. No, I'm sure everything's all right. I seem to be quite lost. I'm not sure how I got here.
All right, and
Thank you.
Professor, you had a really good roll, so your memories start to slowly come back to you.
Okay. All right. I remember we saw something. I don't remember what, and what the bloody hell was that?
Oh,
Although if you take one more sanity damage, you have to face the dot of madness again.
Yikes. Yes. Right. There was some sort of creature, right? Where is it gone now?
oh, it's dead. Don't worry. Don't look down.
Right. Jolly good job. Yes, that was weird.
I'm going to investigate the body a little bit.
Yeah, as you look at it, it appears like it had the body of a woman. You see all these tattered clothes.
She doesn't have a tattoo that says this is Billy's body, right? Or Millie Baker. I am Millie Baker.
Nope, you can only see that's a female. There's no identification of any kind. It's definitely a white female that would have lived in the city.
Take off the mask.
I thought she had a literal cat head.
You had a literal cat head, yes?
Okay.
Well,
So, yeah, no mask.
Darn.
I mean, try
That
and
would have
take
been
it
very
off.
Scooby-Doo.
Yes, see if we can. See if you can take it off, I think. Maybe it's one of those advanced masks they make sometimes. I'm not sure.
Nope, and your tries just gets a bit of blood splurting on their hand.
Yikes. Yeah. Not touching that. Oh, what about was it Forsyth?
Yeah.
Decapitated.
Yep, he sits at its feet back where it was originally at, just decapitated.
I'm gonna search his pockets.
You just
I
see
mean,
a set of keys.
I don't know. This seems a bit tragic, I suppose. I think he'll take off his coat and put it over his head.
Okay.
Don't want to keep looking at that. Right. Is there like another entrance to this room?
There are a couple tunnels leading out various places. You can attempt either navigate, track, or if all else fails, we could do group luck.
I'll try track.
All right, roll it up.
Yeah, never mind, you guys. That was a fail
50-50.
from me.
Should we do a group lock? Because I don't favor my chances with track or navigate.
I mean, you can all try, even if it fails. It's not. Oh, I guess we fumble. Don't fumble. That's true.
I mean, I got a 50 in navigate actually. So
Oh,
let me
there
give
you go. You should
Yes.
try.
You have
Okay.
people made
Time
character.
now, Hudson.
Yes, I got a 19. It's a hard success.
All right. Hudson feels he can find his way through. If everyone trusts him, he will lead the way, torch in hand.
Right. Oh, he's bleeding quite a lot. So,
Yes, he is hurt. Yes, but the
I
first aid
tried.
attempt failed. So
I tried to help, but then I just got blood everywhere. Maybe something around here with medical knowledge.
I think we'll have to take him to an actual doctor after this.
That's true.
Yes, indeed. But I do have a traveler's instinct. I think we should head this way.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah,
feel all right? Yeah.
If we turn around now, who knows what could happen? Who knows how many
Right.
people will get hurt if this cat thing gets out, or if there's more of these creatures. Maybe there's an alligator man or Osiris birdhead. Who knows?
Oh, do we think that was Millie?
I assume so. We know she was down here in a feral state.
In the picture, was anyone wearing a cat costume?
nope.
I wonder who unchained her.
Perhaps our friend Grant freed her, and she ended up attacking him, and he fled, only to be slain. And
I hope that that's the case. Otherwise, we're not alone.
Roll your intelligence on that thought if you want.
I mean, why not?
Sweet, I got a 1 under 50.
No! I mean, I'm going to try just in case.
He stole his thunder.
Hudson can do stuff.
It's passed, but not as good as a 1.
All right, you're looking at Hudson's slashed abdomen. You can intuit that the creature had claws, and it likely picked the lock with its claws.
Oh shit!
Smart kitty.
And I guess you did get a critical, so I don't really know how to reward it. You can just have like a 1 sanity point back. You rally forth one more time. Wasn't really expecting a critical. It's a random freaking roll.
Clever girl.
There we go. All right, Mr. Webb, you're confident this is the way to go.
Yeah, we'll definitely we'll head in the direction that I revealed with my whatever navigate roll.
All right, the veteran adventurer knows his way around, and trusting to his instincts, he leads you successfully through a maze-like set of tunnels, and you eventually arrive into a abandoned. You see like a huge chamber in here. It's like roughly 50 feet square. You see 2 lit torches flicker on opposite walls. There are 4 stone slabs here. You see 2 people on them. There are hieroglyphs and other sort of symbols around.
I mean, any of the figures, Olivia?
Yes, it's Olivia and Duncan. They are completely unmoving. They are wearing the priestess outfits.
I mean, no creatures. We found Mr. Duncan. I suppose that's a job well done, and let's all just go home.
I would need everyone to roll. Let's see here. Okay, we need opposed rolls. We need spot hidden versus stealth.
Okay. I got a 30, which is half of 60, so hard success.
Fail.
Okay.
Regular success from me.
All right. He also had a hard success.
Failed.
So Hudson believes there's somebody in the room, although he did fail to uncover. James, make a power roll.
Oh, I got a 58 out of 55.
Okay. You felt some sort of like scratching in your mind, but nothing seems to happen.
Come on, Thomas. I know you're in here.
Okay. Try your stealth. Try to find him again with the opposed stealth, spot hidden versus stealth rolls.
Do it. Yay. I got a extreme success. I got a 7 under 60.
Okay. Well, that will be
40 over 20. Over.
okay. He only had a normal, so yeah, you do see in the corner, you see a man. He kind of appears, and he has the Pharaoh outfit on. It looks fairly ridiculous.
You sewed that yourself. You look foolish.
No, we found the missing costumes as well.
I've seen real mummies.
Um, Thomas was it? But I don't know. Wouldn't you mind just letting us taking these young ladies back home?
I need more sacrifices.
Right, but these two are kind of somewhat important to us. Sure, you'll probably find them some other time. We can arrange an appointment or something, but in the meantime, can we retrieve these young women?
He just shakes his head no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Would you like to play the jumpy game?
And unless somebody attacks him, he's going to attack first. So I believe two of you still have your guns ready, or no?
Yep. Guns.
Again.
You can see him sort of moving.
Say
going
stick
to
to him.
attack.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, so Bruce is first. Are you shooting?
Yes.
Go for it. He is not going to move, as you see him doing something with his hands.
I failed.
All right. The bullet goes wide. He doesn't seem to notice or care. All right, Hudson.
All right. Fire that pistol. Oh, I got 100. That is not good.
Your gun jams. The old man's luck has run out.
No.
All right, that makes it Thomas's turn. He's going to be a bastard for sure. Okay, James, roll your power.
Okay. Let's go. I got a 23 out of 55.
What hard? What do I have here? I have 110 power. I got an extreme success. He looks at James and he commands him to punch Hudson in the face.
Come on, man.
You feel your limbs moving without your out of your control. So roll your fighting
Okay.
brawl on Hudson. Do you fight back or dodge, Hudson?
I'm going to dodge.
Okay.
I failed to dodge.
Awesome. Did you roll your fighting brawl, James?
Sorry.
Okay.
I got a 30.
All right.
Yeah, my fighting brawl is 61, so.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Damn, I'm sorry. So first is a 3, and second is a 3. So 6 damage. Sorry.
6 damage, Hudson. How you doing on health, buddy?
I took 17 damage out of 12 hit points.
Oh no.
17.
Wait. I added it to the wrong number. Sorry. I have 11. Well, I have 1 hit point left.
Okay, and 6 was half your health, so I'm going to need a constitution roll to see if you stay conscious.
All right. 42, which is a regular success.
All right, James just takes a swing out of his crow and hits Hudson right in the left eye. He's got a huge bruise. He's bleeding, but he's still, somehow the old man's still standing. And Frederick. This man is not listening to reason. He seems to be able to command people to attack others. What are you doing?
Oh, golly, I've never really done this to a real person before, the live blade. He's going to draw his sword out of his cane,
So
which
we're
he
all
had.
waiting for.
He didn't mention, surprisingly. And he's going to try and run him through.
All right. He is
which
going.
is
He sees this and his eyes kind of go wide. He was not expecting a sword to come out of there. He's going to attempt to dodge.
a regular success.
He had a 31, so under 69. So yes, he dodges your thrust.
Oh, he can't stand and fight.
He ignores that as he looks over to Theodora.
Yes. Theodora is going to run up to Marjorie with the keys and attempt to unshackle her.
Yeah, the strange thing is Marjorie's not actually shackled. She's just not moving.
No. So if she doesn't seem to be tied down, I'm going to be trying to rouse her. Oh, wake up, honey. Come on, Lassie, it's time to go. Smack, smack.
She does not appear to move. I'll take an intelligence roll.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a failure.
I'm afraid I can provide no more guidance.
Yep.
She does not move to your trying to rouse her. All right. Bruce, should we go back up to you?
I would like to. No, I'm sorry. I haven't ever done this before, but I would like to shoot all 3 of my shots.
Okay. It's all done at a penalty die.
Excellent.
He's still a normal distance away from you, so
42 and 62.
and the third shot.
10 or 1.
Okay. So what, 2 of them hit?
Yes.
Okay, so roll your damage normally for the first one.
Okay. 9.
Okay, and the other one was extreme, so it's your full damage plus the damage again. So roll your damage.
9.
All right.
19.
Jeez, okay. All right, Bruce has had enough of missing with his gun and he rapid fires 3 shots. One goes wide, but the other 2, one goes right into 2 Putman's chest, the other the middle of his forehead, and he falls down dead.
Hooray!
Well, I mean, I thought he would be more impressive given his outfit and general demeanor. I mean, there's still a dead body, right? Do I have to roll sanity?
No.
Okay.
I think you've seen enough violence today.
Okay. Very good.
So hold hand to you now.
Yes. Well, I guess that's a job well done. Let's just take these women with us back out of here, and hopefully nothing else happened.
All right, and
She's unresponsive. I can't. We'd have to carry her.
she begins to slowly awaken now. Her eyes pop open.
Oh,
What? I was waking up, but he put me back to sleep again. Did you? Where is he?
oh, he's dead.
Dead? Good. You didn't play that stupid game, did you?
I loved the game.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll be checking in on Hudson, making sure he's staying alive.
Yeah, Hudson is like 1 point away from death. Yeah, I played the jumpity game. I did his moves and a portal opened. It sucked me in and I was sleeping. I woke up a couple of times, but he put me back under each time.
Oh,
Any
if you don't mind
accomplice?
me, sorry, if you don't mind me asking, was he working alone?
Yeah, he had I think he had someone helping him. I don't know.
So he wasn't working alone.
Well, I think
Was
he worked with somebody at his shop, I think.
great foresight, yes, young man.
Yes, I saw
Hmm.
another man enter sometimes. I've never been to his shop, so I don't know what the man looks like, but
He's also dead.
oh well, that's also good. She walks over, she starts kicking the body. And her
Okay.
priestess outfit is swirling around her.
All right.
Celia,
Is
okay?
yes, Olivia waking up as well?
And yes, Olivia finally wakes up and surveys the scene, and you just kind of see her sigh. And what was all this about? She asked.
He was trying to resurrect somebody from the dead. He thought he could use your souls to do it.
That is insane.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's crazy, lunatic behavior.
And she kind of puts her hand at her chest. It would make a good story, though.
You don't suppose that we won't be having any more trouble with the police, right? Now that Thomas is gone, I think he may have been hypnotized, mesmerizing these people to follow us, to hound us everywhere we went.
Well, of course, we will speak on your behalf.
Hey, well, let's get out of this creepy ass dungeon.
All right, as you try
Get
to
on home.
escape the walls, you start to hear a rumbling, and then the walls start to split, and everything begins to shake around you, and stuff is falling from the ceiling.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
It's pretty
Well,
clear that a cave-in's close to happen.
right.
All
I
right.
think we should
So,
run.
okay, I need a dexterity roll from everyone. And I shall roll on behalf of the other two NPCs.
Oh, success.
Extreme success for me.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm trying to see if I have any skills that I can use, but I don't think I can. I don't think there's anything that makes sense. Because I don't think dexterity.
Regular success.
I failed. I must spend luck to make it a success.
Okay, both the rescued women have succeeded in their dexterity roll.
I failed.
Okay, you gonna let that stand, Hudson?
I can't spend that much luck. It's crazy.
Alrighty. Okay.
You can't?
Well, I mean, it
Would
would
you
be like 30 luck.
would you want to push it?
Can I push it?
Well, unfortunately, the problem is he only has 1 HP, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
Okay, so let's see here. All
I mean,
right, so Hudson, yeah, what do you want to do? Because you're gonna get hit by these if you don't.
well, here's the thing. I might as well spend 30 luck, right? It's not like Hudson's gonna come back. It's not like he's not gonna die, right? So I
He's
guess
definitely not coming back if you don't spend that luck.
I guess
Let's
I
put
might
that
as
way.
well do it, right? I'm gonna have 9 luck left, but that's cool, right? Fuck it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Let's go for it.
It's the final adventure roll. Yeah.
All of it for a regular
The
success.
final adventure for Hudson.
Okay, now who failed?
I did, but I spent luck to make it a success.
Okay, did everyone else make it out?
19 luck.
Nice. And James, did you succeed? I didn't hear.
Yeah, I have a regular success.
Okay, everyone just makes it out as the large boulders from the ceiling slam, and they would have killed anyone. Okay, and then as the ground still explodes around you, you all follow through the path that Hudson showed you, and it just seems to have shifted. It creates a new path. It leads you out into the main cobble street of the grass market. You emerge in front of a crowd of people looking at you all very strange and
Nothing to see here.
Just
like
an
all
elderly man with a gun. Move out of my way.
Yeah.
who's almost
Who's
nearly dead.
bleeding to death? Right. We should anyone fetch the doctors or something. I will say I'm still quite curious about his patron, the person who provided him with all these gifts. We never really figured that out in the end.
Perhaps some things are better left unknown, Professor.
All right, then. That'll be it for the Pharaoh sacrifice. Thanks for playing, everyone.